नाटक रेडियो सुनने वाले सभी श्रोताओं को विकास दुर्गा का नमस्कार। पिछले 1 साल से हर हफ्ते हम आपके लिए कुछ नई कहानियां, किस्से, नाटक और संगीत लेकर आ रहे हैं। What started off as a humble attempt to bring the feel of Hava Mahal on podcasts is now a global phenomenon. Natak Radio has been heard in over 65 different countries and more than 1,000 cities across the world. From Ghumarvi in Himachal Pradesh to Leicester in the UK, भारत की सिलिकॉन वैली बंगलुरु से अमेरिका की सिलिकॉन वैली सैन फ्रांसिस्को तक। हमारी पेरेंट कंपनी नाटक की ही तरह नाटक रेडियो भी एक ओपन प्लेटफॉर्म है। If you'd like to participate in Natak Radio, want to interact with us, would like to read or have us read a certain story or radio play, please write to us at radio@natak.org. That's radio@naatak.org. Until then, keep adding drama to your life with Natak Radio. This week on Natak Radio, presenting Alice Gerstenberg's He Said and She Said, adapted and directed by Poulomi Sarkar, performed by Harshavardhana, Khushboo Kalyani, Preeti Bhat, and Sayantanee Dutta. Alice Gerstenberg's He Said and She Said.
Hey, babe.
Lakshya, I asked Dhani and Mrs. Puri over for dinner. You better hurry and freshen up, huh?
What? Am I going to be the only man again?
Can't help it, darling. Mr. Puri has gone to Washington or somewhere. And none of Dhani's suitors are single or in Delhi anymore.
There must be some old Buddha left for Dhani. We should invite him next time.
Oh, there are a few leftovers floating around, but Dhani madam doesn't like them. If she can't get the best male company, she prefers female.
Dhani is so pretty. Quite a catch, actually. She should have married one of those boys before they married other girls. That poor Abhay Lalwani was madly in love with her. And now he too has started sailing with that private shipping company again.
Hurry up. There is something on your cheek.
All right. If I have to dine with 3 women, I would better look my best.
Yes, my dear cock of the walk.
Now please put the groceries away. Just for today.
My dear, your maid told me to come right in.
Oh, Mrs. Puri, I am so glad you could come on such a short notice.
I jumped at the invitation. It's so lonesome with Jaggi away. How lucky you are to have your husband at home.
Thanks to his work, the government prefers him to stay here in Delhi. Please, make yourself at home.
Thank you. I'm a little early, but Mrs. Mehta was coming this way, so I took a ride in her car. Do you like Mrs. Mehta?
Why? Yes, don't you?
I don't think you should like her.
Why not?
She has a long, bad tongue.
Talks about others.
Does she? You should hear her. But then you should not hear her.
Anything about me?
Now there, my dear, I have come for a jolly little dinner party, and I'm not going to gossip.
Still, if she said anything against me, I should protect myself.
That's just it. That's what I thought. And when she said, oh no, why should I tell you?
Why shouldn't you tell me?
Yes, why shouldn't I tell you? After all, I'm one of your best friends, and you should know.
Absolutely, I should know.
But you may never forgive me.
Not forgive you for protecting me.
That's true. You must protect yourself. It is my duty to tell you.
What is it? You're scaring me now.
If she tells me a thing like that, of course she will tell everyone else. By this time, no doubt it's all over the town.
How dreadful. What have I done?
It's not what you have done. It's about Dhani Chawla.
She's coming tonight.
Is she? Your invitation?
Yes. Why?
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure.
Well,
But in what way can my name be involved in a gossip with Dhani? I mean, she's one of my best friends.
Oh, is she?
I'm quite sure she is.
Or maybe she is. Still, they wonder why Dhani didn't marry one of the boys before they married other girls.
Why should she have?
Yes, why should she have really? Still, anyone as attractive as Dhani? She had plenty of chances, didn't she?
Oh, yes.
That's what they say. All nice boys too, and one or two real catches. Don't you think it's strange Dhani didn't marry any of them?
Yes, I do think it's strange.
There, of course you do. I said it. But why do you think she didn't?
I don't know.
What does she say?
I think she thinks that.
Exactly. It's exactly what everyone is saying. And everyone feels so sorry for you.
Sorry for me?
My dear, you get all the sympathy.
For what?
Is it possible? You have been so blind.
Blind? Me? Mrs. Puri?
Were with each other a great deal, aren't you?
Yes.
And your husband?
Ah, that's what you mean.
Oh, my poor dear, that's what they say.
Just what do they say?
That she and oh, no, 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 my dear. Of course, I don't believe it, but
But just in exact words, what do they say?
hasn't he ever admired her in your presence?
Yes.
What does he say?
Oh, that Dhani is so pretty and quite a catch and popular, and that all men like her, and many of them even want to marry her. And
There you are. That's just it. They said so. And Mrs. Mehta told me that Dhani refused the other men because, well, she said because. Oh, Dhani, you dear sweet little thing. How are you?
Hello, Mrs. Puri. Hi, Ishu. Sorry, I'm a little early. Came straight from the gym. Can't bear to sit in front of that computer all day long. Anyways, how's everybody doing?
I have been busy seeing patients at the hospital all afternoon.
Isn't Isha just awesome? Like, taking care of the house, taking care of the patients at the hospital. I would have become a doctor myself.
Why didn't you?
I just loved computers more. But I'd love to be a doctor. An army doctor. Actually, Isha's brother is in the army. Isha, remember the letters he used to send? They had such interesting descriptions.
Oh, yes, they were very interesting indeed. Oh, I completely forgot. Excuse me, I'll get us something to drink.
Yeah.
Ma- My dear Dhani, please forgive me for seeming presumptuous, but I'm only trying to save you. Are you aware of what people are saying about you?
Saying about me?
Of course, they wouldn't say it to you.
What wouldn't they say?
It is so much easier to flatter than to say unpleasant things.
People are saying unpleasant things about me.
You haven't heard.
No, but I'd certainly like to know.
Of course, you would. Any young girl like you. But, my dear, and do you really think you should come to this house?
Come to this house? Why? Ishu and I've gone to school together. She's one of my oldest and best friends.
Best, did you say?
You doubt it.
After what she said?
She said something to make you doubt her friendship with me. You're surely mistaken.
My dear girl, I have eyes and ears. I can see and hear.
Okay, what did Isha say?
She said she wished you had married one of the boys before they.
Ah, that.
You admit it. And still you come here? That is what people say.
What do I admit? I don't follow your reasoning. I don't see any.
Of course you don't see. Love is always blind.
Love? We haven't spoken a word about love.
Of course not. It is a delicate word to use. And in this matter, it is, well, the world does not think it flattering.
Okay, Mrs. Puri, I don't follow your innuendos. Tell me the plain facts. What are people saying? And what the hell has love got to do with all this?
Mr. Hans
Lakshya?
and you,
And me?
they couple your names together.
What? They say that Lakshya and I? It's a lie.
It doesn't make any difference if it is a lie. The point is what people say.
The people who say such things have totally rotten minds. And clearly, they don't have enough brains to entertain themselves.
My dear Dhani,
And you're just the same, spreading such lies.
you mean to say that I'm one of those spreading lies?
I do.
You are insulting me.
Not more than you have insulted me.
Dhani, you will suffer for this. I tell you something as a friend to protect you from the lies of the world, and then you reward me by.
You listen to idle tongues, and then you come and rob me of my happiness by pouring poison into my mind.
I was telling you the truth. But nowadays, people do not thank you for telling them the truth.
I am the one who knows what the truth is. I know that Isha and I are friends, and that Lakshya and Isha and I are friends, and that is all. Lakshya adores Isha. He would never even look at any other woman.
Oh, wouldn't he? Does the world know more than Mrs. Hans herself? It does not. Just a few moments ago, in this very room, she told me herself that she wished you had married because she knows that Lakshya is in love with you. She pretends to be your friend, but in her heart, she hates you.
It's not true.
It is not pleasant to argue with you, Dhani. I shall find Isha and make my excuses and not stay for dinner.
If I have been too utterly rude, I humbly apologize. But I cannot let you circulate such outrageous remarks.
Arey, Dhani, when did you get here? Want to help me mix some cocktails?
Lakshya, a terrible thing has happened. They are talking about us.
Who is they? And who is us?
People are talking about you and me.
Why? What have we done? Would you like a drop of orange bitters?
You're not taking it seriously.
But what is there?
That's just it. Yeah. What is there? If there really was something. Gosh, this is so embarrassing. I don't know how to say it to you.
My dear Dhani, you can say anything to me. I am your friend, yaar.
But if what they say is really true?
Don't you know whether it's true or not?
I thought I did. But after what she said, I began to think.
Think what?
Uh,
Out with it.
you know that I love Isha.
Of course, you have grown up together.
And I wouldn't hurt her for anything in this world.
Of course you won't.
So you love her more than anyone else, don't you?
Of course, but...
Don't say but.
But why?
Why did you say but?
Did I say but? I don't know. What was I saying?
You said, of course, but.
I don't remember. You have confused me.
You don't think I'm in love with you, do you?
Holy shit. Do they say you're in love with me?
You've never thought so, have you?
I am not so full of myself to think I could.
But
Well, no. What but?
are you in love with me?
No.
Oh, thank goodness. But
What?
that's what they say.
That I am in love with you?
And that I'm in love with you.
And?
Exactly.
Holy shit.
But that's not true.
No.
But they say it's true.
And what they say?
Amounts to the same thing.
What can we do?
That's what I am asking you.
Go straight to Isha.
But Isha believes it.
Nonsense.
She said so.
What she said so?
Mrs. Puri said that they all say it.
How do they know?
They don't, but they think they do, which amounts to the same thing.
But Isha won't believe it.
But there's proof she does believe it.
It's so absurd.
Mrs. Puri said that Isha said that you said that you're in love with me or something like that, and Isha hates me now.
That's not true. I know Isha likes you.
But Mrs. Puri wouldn't dare say anything.
She said Isha hates you.
Perhaps Isha does. Perhaps she's jealous over nothing at all. Perhaps she's been imagining things. Perhaps she does hate me. Perhaps she too has been saying things making it seem as if...
Dhani, Mrs. Puri says you insulted her and that she feels she cannot stay for dinner.
I apologized to Mrs. Puri, but she wouldn't accept my...
Ah, you do admit you insulted me.
Only after you insulted me.
You hear, my dear Isha? It is just as I said. She accused me of insulting her when I was trying only to be kind and give her a little motherly advice.
Mrs. Puri took it upon herself to repeat some things people are saying. Things that are completely false.
Whether they are true or not, it's very unpleasant for me to have this argument in my house.
I can tell by your voice that you're willing to believe that woman.
Isha, I resent being called that woman.
I don't care what you resent. You've come in and spoiled a beautiful friendship I have had all my life. So I don't care what I call you.
But in my house, my guests...
Don't worry. I shall not be your guest another second. I am going.
No, Dhani, I can't let you leave in anger.
But I do. And I leave being upset with you for listening to what she said.
What did I say?
You said that you said that Lakshya and I are in love with each other. And you implied that?
I never said such a thing in all my life.
Mrs. Puri, just a few moments ago in this very room.
I never said such a thing in all my life.
Can you look me straight in the eyes and tell me you never said it?
I never said it. Never, never, never.
Didn't you tell me that you had eyes and ears and that you could see and hear what everybody was saying?
But what everybody else says isn't what I say.
Didn't you tell me that Lakshya was in love with me?
I didn't know that. Isha told me that.
I never told you that.
But my dear, you did in this very room a few moments ago.
I never said such a thing in my life. And how can you imagine?
I imagine nothing. I know what I see and what I hear. And you certainly told me that you should know all I had heard so you could protect yourself. So I told you in a friendly way, trying to be helpful. And there we are.
Yes. Where are we?
You have no one to blame but yourself.
We have no one to blame but you.
Mrs. Puri, I didn't know I had to protect myself until you implied.
Why? It was you yourself who said that he wanted to marry her.
I said nothing of that sort. I said that he said...
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Didn't you tell your wife that you wanted to marry Dhani, but didn't?
I never said such a thing in all my life. Whoever said it has completely fabricated it.
He denies it, of course.
He has to deny it. To admit it would be false.
Whether it was true or false, he would have to deny it.
Why would he have to deny it?
Because the ethics of a gentleman would make him deny it in order to protect you.
Ah, so it doesn't matter whether it's true or not. Nothing we can say or do can wipe out the miserable thoughts in your mind.
Not my mind. Everybody's mind. I have nothing to do with it.
Isha, can't you stand up and defend us?
Ah, you admit you must be defended.
The whole world has to be defended against a woman like you. If you were in my house, I'd show you the door. Isha, show her the door and prove that you trust Lakshya and me and that you know there isn't and never has been anything but the most innocent friendship between us. Here, You're not saying anything. Don't you trust me?
I have always trusted you. I never had the slightest suspicion. But perhaps I have been blind. Perhaps the world has been able to see better from the distance and understands.
Are you going to take the world's word against ours? Are you going to believe a stupid gossip and let 1 minute of a lie outweigh the love and loyalty you've had from me and Dhani for a lifetime?
Why don't you tell your wife you love her?
I love my wife. I do not see a reason to make a public statement of it. I stated that publicly when I married her. She knows that I love her, don't you?
Do I?
He adores you, Ishu.
Don't you know it?
But Dhani is pretty and...
Laksha, I'm leaving this house forever. Thanks to you, Mrs. Puri, I have lost two friends who meant more to me than the world's opinion. I shall never see either of you again.
Dhani, come back. It is too outrageous to allow such mindless gossip to break your friendship with Isha.
You see, he does not want her to go.
It would never be the same between Isha and me again.
I do not want her to go because I do not want an evil tongue like yours to win. You have forever tarnished our friendship by your malicious remarks.
I didn't say it.
Sorry, but you did.
I didn't say it. Isha did.
I didn't.
You did.
How? I did not.
How does it matter how it happened? It's done. It's all done. Our friendship is over. But you know what? I won't go. I won't go without leaving my memory here white and clean. I don't care what the world thinks, but I want Isha to know that I've never had a thought against her. And so, I'm going to tell the truth even though I would have rather died than tell this before.
Ah, now we'll hear something.
Dhani, be careful. You are under no obligation to.
So, you know what she's going to say?
No, he doesn't. It's my secret. No one else knows it. And there's only one man I love or have ever loved. And he is not here.
She's making it up. I'm sure it's a story.
I'm not making it up. And if you don't believe me, then I'll have to tell you his name.
No, Dhani. It is not fair to demand that of you.
They will not believe me, Lakshya. But I'll do anything for Isha. She'll have to know that it is Abhay Lalwani.
Abhay Lalwani. He wanted to marry you.
It's true. He did, but Dhani didn't.
Why didn't you?
Because I did.
You married him?
Yes, I married him the day before he sailed.
But your family didn't like him.
That's the reason I didn't tell them. But you can go now and tell them yourself, Mrs. Puri.
Abhay Lalwani. Did you really, Dhani?
His family doesn't have much money.
But he is a damn good fellow. I am so glad, Dhani.
So am I, Dhani. I am so sorry. Please forgive me.
There's the door, Mrs. Puri. And the world outside is waiting to hear the latest gossip.
I'll go, my dear, because I've offended you and I know you are not ready to forgive me. But I promise not to breathe it to a soul, not to a soul. Bye.
No, I will never forgive you for not telling me you married Abhay. Why did you tell me you married him?
Because I didn't.
You didn't.
But you just said.
Oh, what I said? Doesn't matter what I said.
Hey, but she will tell everyone.
Of course she will.
But if it's not true?
It might be true.
But it's not. Is it?
I told you it wasn't.
But now I don't know whether to believe you or not.
Nor will the world know whether to believe her or not.
But when Abhay hears of it, Dhani, what will he think?
He will wish that it were true.
But what will he say about you?
He will say that I wish it were true.
And do you?
I do.
Have you found out since he left that you really love him?
Madly, madly, madly.
Shall I WhatsApp him that?
I have already.
You haven't.
I have. He's coming back to Delhi next Sunday, and I'm going to marry him the same day.
Well, we have to drink to that.
But when we tell people that you married him, after Mrs. Puri has told them you're already married, what will people say?
What will people say? In any case, exactly what they choose.
Cheers.
Cheers.